Crash Bandicoot, the Dark Souls of the platformers, as some people like to call him, in my opinion actually isn't too hard. If you're going for the gems and crystals, it's really easy. But if you wanna go for the platinum relics, then boy you're in for a challenge. Some of these are fucking bullshit, and this list wasn't easy to make, as most of them are as bullshit as each other. But I still managed to platinum relic every single level in the Sane Trilogy. And just remember going forward with this list that this is my opinion, and if you want to share yours, you can always share it in the comments down below. Also, there's a lot of swearing in this video, so if you don't like swearing, then you should probably leave. But I'm hoping that some of you find this video maybe even useful, because I'm going to be showing some tips of how I did some relics. But without further ado, let's just jump into it. Snowbiz. Now this one is difficult because of, well, ice physics. And some of these boxes, they are placed very weirdly, like these ones. These are the worst ones. Also in Crash 2 you have these like tubes at the end where you can get stuck, as you can see here, and it can ruin your time, and also hitboxes. But overall this one is not that hard, but it's still deserving of a spot on this list, and it's going to be the last. Number 19. Everyone's favorite bridge level. Wait, you expected this to be the high road? Nah, that one is pretty easy, as you should just use ropes. The big daddy of the bridge levels, however, is the road to nowhere. And I will explain why. The biggest problem I face are the hogs. For example, this one I can barely not use an Aqua on because the hitboxes are very messed up. But the point is that you basically need to save the Aqua in order to pass this next hog, which you can see I use the Aqua on because it's literally impossible, and then there are these like icy physic things that you need to time right, and I can almost never time them right, so yeah, that is a problem as well. And then this jump, you can use ropes, but I often mess up the ropes as well. So I'd rather just go like this. Also, some of these jumps are very hard because you have to know that you cannot stop at any moment and you just need to continue to run, and like these things, like you need a short jump, then a long jump, and yeah, overall this level is pretty difficult, and that's why it's the spot 19. Number 18. Crash Crush. Now this is a chase level, and the problem with chase levels in second and first series is that you have to use the crash dash power up, and you're way too fast to see what's in front of you. And do you know what's the most annoying thing that you cannot see? The mines. Because of the mines you need to memorize the level, otherwise you will hit basically most of them. And when you hit them, they like stun you for a few seconds. They don't hurt you, but they do waste a lot of your time. Another thing that can ruin your time are these electric gates. They are so hard to judge because you run into the camera, but there is one specific one that is very annoying. Because there are like these nitro crates and there is a boost pad, and before you can even see the electric gate, you need to slide and then immediately jump. And I swear I failed so many tries on that exact same part that it's kinda embarrassing. They even put the fake crash there because they knew how much of a prick this part is. But yeah, Crash Crush is a very frustrating level and it was very hard, but on to the next one. Number 17. Piston It Away. Now, from this level it begins the part where every single level until around the 8th one are as bullshit as each other. But the part that I find the hardest about this level are these like space crabs or octopuses or whatever, but their hitboxes are awful. You barely touch them and this can happen. You will lose your Aqua and at the end you again die to them. But there are still some other things like these pillars that make you stop and make you lose time. They are very annoying. unless you time the level perfectly, which is why you need to wait at the beginning in order to time everything perfectly. This is one of those like levels where you need to time everything for it to be perfect when you run. But then there is like this part with like some pipes where you need to slide 3 times without stopping, and if you don't time it, you can see you slide right into your death. How pleasant. But yeah, overall the hitboxes are what ruins this level for me and what makes it very unenjoyable, which happens in the other space level, but the other space level I didn't find anywhere near as hard because I learned the hitbox mechanics in this level and it really helped me for the rest of the game. Number 16. Ruination. Now this is a very annoying relic, and the most annoying thing that I find about this level is this fire breathing statue at the beginning, because you just need to run at the beginning and it's very easy to get burned by it. And what's even more annoying is that once you get over it, there is a nitro crate behind these boxes. How nice! They thought of everything. But you'll keep failing over and over again. Now, another thing that I don't like about this level are timings of these, again, fire breathing heads. I have no idea what they are, but I have no idea how to dodge them without stopping and waiting and wasting a little bit of time, which I may need at the end. No, you know what? I'll let Crash explain how annoying this part is by himself.
And how about those fire-breathing dudes? Whoa, talk about bad breath. They must have eaten the barbecue.
And the last thing that makes this level annoying are these slippery pillars at the end that I have no idea how to jump on them. I only did it by an accident. I always slip off, and sometimes I can't make it, sometimes I don't even see. I don't understand these pillars, and they are a very annoying part of this level. But yeah, that's why I think Ruination deserves to be number 16.
Number 15, Burger King foot lettuce. The last thing you'd want in your Burger King burger is someone's foot fungus, but as it turns out, that might be what you get.
What? Don't act like you didn't expect that. Cold Hard Crash. Now the thing that made this relic hard for me is the fact that I went through the death route. Because the invincible mask makes everything easier because nothing can hit you. But what is surprising about the level is that the time is not hard, it's just that the level is extremely hard, and I will list the things that make me annoyed. Well, I mean, the obvious ones are the ice physics. I mean, just look at this. Like, come on. Hitboxes, nitro crates, and these things that try to splat you mixed with ice physics. These hedge dicks mixed with ice physics. Things that splat you mixed with ice that falls from the sky. Awkward box placement. Hitboxes. Awkward box placement which leads you to being hit and you can't get hit because you need the invincible mask. This part where you need to hit the crate down there, because if you don't you'll jump and fall to your death. And those are just some parts of the level. But the biggest problem is that in order to get the invincible mask you can't get hit a single time until the third Aqua. After you get the invincible mask you can get hit, but considering everything that I listed and the fact that you can't get hit in that time, this one is very hard. Number 14. Fumbling in the dark. Now the problem here is this is a very simple level, but you have to keep hitting the Aqua crates to stay lit and so that you can see. But once you get hit in this level, you lose all the light and you may as well restart. The level in itself isn't that hard, except from these like jumps that you need to make on spiders and these platforms that fall. But these axes are the problem because you get hit a lot of times and you lose all of the light. Also, these tiny platforms are very hard to judge where you need to land. And when they are mixed with axes, that is double the problem. But at the end, I ended up playing this level for so long that even when I lost the Aqua, I have memorized the level, so I would just continue even without it. But yeah, the level isn't that hard, it's just the fact that you can't see or you just need to memorize the level. So yeah, it can stay on the 14th spot. Number 13. Heavy Machinery. Now, about this level actually isn't that hard. There are some challenging platforming here, but honestly it isn't too hard. The thing about this level though is that the time is brutal. Honestly, the time is very hard, and you're going to do it the first time probably, and you're going to be like 15 seconds away from the time that you need. So yeah, I needed to check a guide on YouTube to see how to do this, because 15 seconds I had no idea where to save them. But there are actually a lot of things where you can save them. There are a lot of shortcuts that you need to pull, and you actually can't stop when there are those themes that come out. But you need to jump as soon as possible and save every single millisecond, because I can't tell you how many times I finished just a second or 2 seconds away from the Platinum Relic. Now I did say that there isn't that many annoying things here, but one annoying thing is this bouncing part at the end. As I said, I've finished many times 1 or 2 seconds away from the Platinum Relic time, and it's mainly because of this part. I always bump my head or something, and that part is so annoying, and it took so many tries. Like, the rest of the level isn't that big of a problem, as I said, it's just that part annoys me, and you need to hit that one box that is, I think it's a free crate, I don't know, I don't have time to see. And you need to hit that box, and you have to just run, and you can't hold jump sometimes because you're going to waste valuable milliseconds. But yeah, that is why Heavy Machinery is the spot 13. Number 12. Buried. Now in my opinion this is the hardest animal level, and it's because of the box placement and his ice physics. I mean, look at this. I kept on sliding in the hole. But yeah, it's very easy to miss the boxes, and it's very easy to die. And don't forget that you need to keep pressing circle to keep dashing, and you can't lose time, and you can't miss boxes because the time is very tight. And I am not a fan of the controls of vehicles and animals in the Sane Trilogy, but at least with Pura you're always running, so you always have the speed, but with this one the speed changes as you need to press the button, you don't just hold it. So it's very weird compared to Pura, even though I think Pura controls a bit worse. Also, there's this weird TNT part where the timings are all weird and you need to hit the box in between, but after some time I realized that I can just go past that box. And also, at the end of the level there's this animation that wastes a couple seconds. And there's this hallway again, but that is in every level. But yeah, that is why Buried is number 12. Number 11. The Lost City. Now, this is one of the hardest levels for a gem, and it's one of the hardest for a relic. First you have this Aqua off the screen, and this wouldn't be such a pain for either a gem or a relic if it wasn't for the bats. I will just show some of the clips when I died. Sometimes you can spin them, but most of the times you end up dying over and over again. I mean, just look at this. I spin them, then I die, or I just die. Also, these rotating platforms and this box placement is annoying as well. These walls that come out, or whatever they are annoying as well. And even if you get past them, it will probably be a fluke like this where you need to jump over them. These rotating platforms are also annoying, and when these rotating platforms are mixed with tight jumps, and at the end of those tight jumps is this dickhead, then we have a problem. And trust me, I could go on and on about this level, but these were just some things that I found annoying and I don't want to bore you to death, so yeah, on to the next one. Number 10. As we reach the top 10, this is the first entry of Crash Free. Now this is where I started recording these runs, and I have the original one of this, but I don't have the video right now, so I'll just talk from my memory. Sphinxinator. Immediately at the beginning you need to go back, and these two boxes behind, they are free crates and they save a lot of time, and at the beginning I didn't know that, so I immediately lose a lot of time. And of course, I didn't realize what was wrong, so I started watching a guide. And in the guide, I will show what he said.
Masks in this run, and you can get all 3 and get a giant speed boost at the end, but I lost mine here, but because of this it caused the door to open immediately and let me through, saving a lot more time than I normally would just waiting for it to open back up again.
So because of that guide, I was trying to replicate that, and I did manage to do it a few times, but unlike his run, where his doors were all open, mine was only the first one was open, the other ones were closed. So I probably shouldn't have watched that guide, because I wasted a lot of time on that one. But still, this level is incredibly hard because you cannot stop, except from those walls. But yeah, you can glitch through them like that, and I tried that, and that's where I lost a lot of time. But yeah, you should really try to get the free Aquas, because I think that that's what I did. I'm not exactly sure. But there is also another way you can do this, through the blue gem path, but I couldn't be bothered. But these walls aren't the only annoying thing, it's these boxes here where you will lose a lot of tries, and if you go for the free Aquas, you will probably lose the Aqua as well, so yeah, hope you have fun with that, cause I didn't. But yeah, even with that guide and even with those boxes that I missed at the beginning, I still had so many tries where I finished just a second off, or 2 to 3 seconds. I had no idea where to save them, and I think that I did it completely by luck. So yeah, this one is very hard and it took a lot of time. It's one of the hardest from Crash Free. But yeah, this is number 10. So on to the next one. Number 9. Generator Room. Now this one is very similar to Heavy Machinery, except it's way harder, but the times are still equally as hard. You're going to finish this and you're going to wonder, where do I save the 10 seconds that I'm missing? Because it really is that hard when you're first trying it. There are so many hard jumps with enemies around it. Depth perception is the biggest problem by far. These platforms cannot be timed for you to not stop. And these spiky things are a huge problem when you cannot see where they're exactly positioned because of the depth perception. I most of the time just use one Aqua on them, and I use the second one on the ones down below. But this jump with these enemies is also hard, until I realized something. Again, like Heavy Machinery, I had to watch a guide. And I needed to check that guide because of these platforms. Now, look at how slow they are. You lose so much time on them, and they are not hard except this jump at the end. And there's always Cortex laughing at you when you fail. But still, those platforms are so slow, you need to save time everywhere, so I'll show you what in the guide happens. Now, just so we're clear, this is a world record. I don't know whether it's still a world record, but that's the Jordy's world record. This jump is very important, as it times all of these moving platforms perfectly. It is a hard jump, but after some time you'll learn it. And also this part, you hit that behind, and this jump is insanely hard, but trust me, if you can learn it, then it will save a lot of time, because you see, otherwise you just wait here and waste a lot of time. So yeah, I highly recommend checking Jordy's, I don't know, former or current world record, and just try to learn those jumps. I did it like that. Also, this TNT part is very hard, but you can save an Aqua for it, just try not to fall there. And the first jump is also pretty hard. But yeah, overall this is insanely hard and it's very annoying, but now we're entering the zone of the big boys. Number 8.
Hog Ride can go fuck itself. Stick that motorcycle right up your exhaust pipe. The other motorcycle levels aren't actually that bad. You need to learn the track, but there's a fair amount of leeway. But this, there is no leeway, and it's utterly bullshit.
The first problem is that the drivers are always lined up perfectly to be in front of you, so you need to wait around, I don't know, 30 seconds I think at the beginning. So it makes it way annoying and it wastes a lot of time just waiting, and it's so annoying. Second, unlike the other ones, you have to keep the speed during the whole level. And you know why that is a problem? Because the controls when you're at speed are awful. It's uncontrollable and I hate it. The controls are so stiff, and as I said, I hate the controls in the Insane Trilogy for almost all the vehicles and for Piora and Polar. But yeah, it's just the controls at speed. That is honestly the only problem here, and that you need to wait. That just wastes time. It's a little bit annoying, but that isn't hard. You just wait. But this part, see this crate? You need to now start to the right and immediately to the left so that you can hit the crate and go next to that. You should stop here because there is another boost right here. So yeah, once you get past that, it shouldn't be a big problem. This is pretty easy. Number 7. Hanging out. My god, this time is so tight, man. It's the second most tight in my opinion after 1. And it's solely because of these monkey bars where you cannot stop a single millisecond or you lose the platinum relic. I'm not joking at all. Also, this part I cannot go through it without using the Aku. I have no idea how to time that. But the point is, the timing of these monkey bars needs to be perfect, absolutely perfect, so that you don't stop at all. These sewers, the camera is so slow you cannot see what's coming in front of you. But that's not the main thing, it's the monkey bars that are the main thing. You need to time everything perfectly, as I said. You need to try a lot of options, cause if you don't, and if you wait this much right here, if you wait just that much, your platinum run is over. So yeah, I hope you understand now why you must time this perfectly and you have to go without stopping. And not even on the monkey bars everywhere. But yeah, that's why I don't like this level and it's very annoying. On to the next one. Number 6. Hot Cocoa. Now I already made a video on this one, but it was just Kadikura swearing a lot because you know, swearing equals funny. I'll just show a short clip of that.
The hidden level Hot Cocoa can fuck right off and shove its hairy down a fucking bastard and cut.
Just this time I'm actually going to talk about the level. So yeah, the obvious thing here is that the controls are fucking garbage, they are awful and they are fucking bullshit. The nitro crates, yeah, they suck, but they aren't that big of a problem as they are not that common, unless you go for a random path. These bombs here, however, they can fuck themselves, as all of the other bombs can as well, but these specifically I've lost the most tries on. Another thing is that this is the only open level in the Insane Trilogy, and please, watch a fucking guide. Don't try to find out the quickest way alone, cause you'll be stuck for 10 fucking years. Now, another bullshit thing about this level are these bombs right here, you see. You should bounce off this island to dodge them, and you should bounce off this island to dodge this one, and you can just time it and avoid it. However, these bombs here, you cannot go past them without stopping, and sometimes you may even hit this bomb because the hitboxes are amazing in this game. I love them. They're the best part of this game, definitely. My sarcasm is great. Yeah, this level, this relic is the worst relic in the game. I hate it, and I never, absolutely ever want to play this relic again. It took me almost 3 hours. I have a stream, I'll put a link of it in the description so that you can check out my run. I'll put the timing of the run. But yeah, the worst relic in the game. I hate it. And they even patched this glitch right here that people used a lot. You just break these nitro crates and just go in. Thank you, Activision, because now I couldn't do it. Let's just move on to the next one. I've already been demonetized probably. Number 5. Now I said that hanging out is the second tightest time. Well, this is the first one. This time is so tight that I think that the world record is like 2 seconds above what is for the Platinum Relic. Which, in case you don't know, is a huge fucking problem. Now, the problem with this level is that it requires you to go through the electric gates. Now check out this little montage where it took me 11 tries to get the timing right and get past literally the first thing in the level. This is the first thing, basically. I don't look at those boxes, those checkpoint crates as the first thing. This is a huge problem for this relic, and this is where most of your time is going to be wasted just mindlessly trying to get past this part at the beginning. But that is not the only part that sucks ass. Oh, we have a lot of parts. This part can be very annoying because the timing is so tight you can't stop running and you may miss the TNT crate and die. And again, we have these green blobs that come out of nowhere, this jump where you hit your head, very hard jumps mixed with these lab assistants. And how's about this? You need to hit this guy into the TNT crates behind the door so that you pass without needing to wait for the TNT to explode. But, just in case you accidentally hit this guy to the side, well, now you have to wait for the TNT, so well, you may as well just restart. It's not worth it. And this is the worst part in the relic history. This at the end. This time I passed. But when you land on the TNT, it like makes a small hop, which if you hold thinking that you land, as every single Crash player ever thinks that they will land that jump, you will miss it first try. And don't forget that you need to open the doors, which means that you can't see what's behind them. And if an electrifying gate is behind them or if the platform is closed, well, tough luck because you can't fucking see. The lab should probably be higher, like in comparison to others of how bullshit this one is, but it didn't actually take me that long. That's the only reason why it isn't in top 3. So yeah, I hate the lab, and I think that every single person that attempted it hates it as well. Number 4. I am 100% sure that you won't be able to guess which one this is. Native Fortress is one of the hardest levels in the game. When I originally played the Crash Bandicoot the first time before I even knew what the game was, this was the level where I got stuck on and I quit the game. Then later I came back. This level sucks on another level. Every single fucking part of this level can kill you. You can make a mistake everywhere. And usually I show parts of the relic that are bullshit, but this whole level is bullshit. But still, I'm going to show some parts that I find annoying. These logs and these bouncy iron crates. Now, the biggest problem about them is that they show up 3 times during the level. It's so easy to make a mistake, and for these bouncy crates, you need to memorize where they are so that you don't stop in order to get the Platinum Relic. And you know what's the worst part? Is that the third one is at the end of the level. So, in case you miss your jumps, then you need to start all over again. These enemies suck as well. I have no idea what happened here, but that's usually what happens. They're just so glitchy, you cannot imagine how many glitches I went through. And though they're not as bad as in space levels, the hitboxes are back. I mean, just look at this, come on. And the biggest problem that I find about this level is that it's really hard to find the good timing for the platinum, because you always have to wait somewhere, so it's really hard to get the time right. However, this part is very important. You see that? That's what normal people do, you know, they just run through it with an Aku. Well, this is how you need to do it. Wait there and wait here. Don't waste your Aku, because first of all, you save the Aku, and you get the perfect timing. You still need to wait somewhere, but this is the same run, and this run I got the platinum relic. So yeah, I highly recommend doing that, because that's how I got it. But it took me 3 hours to figure that out, and that's why this is number 4. Number 3. Future Tense. Now immediately at the beginning you have these crates behind you, just like Sphinxonator, you know. They try to be sneaky on you, because this is a brand new, from the ground up, made level by Vicarious Visions. And it's made to be the hardest level in Crash 3. And guess what? It is the hardest fucking level in the Crash 3, which naturally makes it the hardest one to speedrun. Though while it is the hardest one, it actually, surprisingly, isn't bullshit. Everything here, not exactly everything, but most of the stuff here are completely fair, and it's just extremely hard platforming and extremely hard enemy and box placement. This level can be brutal at times, and it took me almost 4 hours to complete this relic, and I'll show a few things that I find annoying. Also keep in mind that you can't get hit because you need the invincible Aku mask, otherwise you can't get the platinum relic. You have these rotating platforms mixed with enemies and nitro crates, this box right here mixed with TNT crate and these lasers, these enemies here that you can't predict when they'll hit you, these boxes around lasers, these rotating platforms where you can't see where you are, lasers everywhere, these enemies again, these spiky bastards. Yeah, you kinda get the point why you need the invincible Aku mask, because it makes everything easier. Although it doesn't save you from the brutal platforming that this level is full of. I mean, you're supposed to rush through this, and this, and don't forget about the hitboxes. This level has it all, and it's worthy of a number 3 spot. Number 2. You'll be surprised that this isn't number 1. Stormy Ascent. Well, we all know why this one is here, everyone has talked about it. And it was apparently too hard for Crash 1. It has this little good luck, you're gonna need it at the beginning. And they are fucking right. You really need some luck in order to get the platinum relic on this one. Now what is there to be said about this level that hasn't been said? I mean, look at how many times you're going to die. It's full of death, and death, and death, and death. Unless you do this and survive somehow. But there really isn't that much to be said, as everyone says that this is the hardest level in Crash and Sane Trilogy, and that this is the hardest relic in the Sane Trilogy. Now, in my opinion, that is very debatable, but it is very, very hard, and it's not to deny. Now, just like Future Tense and Native Fortress, every single part of this level is fucking hard. It's not bullshit also, but it's incredibly hard. It's even harder than Native Fortress and Future Tense and everything on this level. So it probably is the hardest level in the game. But there is one part that sucks the life out of this level, and it's this part right here. Now I did this relic for 6 hours, and I still don't know how to time this without waiting. Actually, I did it on a complete accident, because if you don't time it right, look how much you need to wait. Now there is like a way to time it right, but I'm not sure how to do it, that's why I couldn't do it. And it's like jumping like this, but I never could be able to get to this position, so I really don't understand how to do this part. And I think I've spent 2 hours just trying to figure out this part until I finally gave up, and I was just like, you know what, if I need to wait, I need to wait. And in the end, I did do this without waiting, but the time isn't actually that hard. I mean, the problem with the time is that you need to be fully concentrated, because the platforming is so cruel on this level, it's so brutal, and just a small mistake and your run is over. So you need to be concentrated for 3.5 minutes, and that is a huge problem. It's just like Sunset Vista, but with even harder platforming, just a little bit less bullshit. However, while it is insanely difficult, get it, and Sane Trilogy, it's still not the hardest relic in Crash 1, at least in my opinion. Number 1. Now, there is absolutely no chance that you have guessed which relic is this one, and this will surprise you a lot. Jaws of Darkness is the most bullshit level in the Insane Trilogy. Even more bullshit than Hot Cocoa, even more bullshit than any controls of any vehicles or any animal. Everything in this level is bullshit. I've played this level for over 7 fucking hours. The previous Ruin level I did in 15 minutes. Why did this one take me so long? If you ask me which part of this level exactly is bullshit, I have no idea, because I'm convinced that I have died at every single obstacle of this fucking level. Whether it be falling platforms, spiders, rotating pillars, these fires that are throughout the whole level, walls mixed with bats, these spikes that are throughout the whole level, even more fire, bouncing off these spiders, even more rotating pillars, just this time you need to wait a lot. These flying platforms that waste your time because they're slower than a dead fucking horse. Even more fire. This box right here that I can't get without wasting my time. And this wouldn't be so bad if it wasn't for the depth perception. But having said all of this, it's time that I show you a montage. Serbian Skylines Jaws of Darkness fail montage. Yeah, in case you couldn't fucking tell, I don't like this level. But yeah, on that note, we are going to end this video. Do you agree with my list? What changes would you make? If you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like, as it took a long time to edit and make this video. So it would really mean a lot if you show your support. But yeah, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.